Hi everybody, Jillian here. Welcome back to another Heritage Scrapbook process video. Today I'm going to be scrapbooking this photo. My grandmother's on the far left and she's at her sister's wedding. So here's a look at some of the supplies I pulled out. A lot of papers. I loved the colors in this picture. The mint and the greens and the greenery around them, it's just beautiful. And so I had a lot of paper that I pulled to use as an option. I also pulled the sequin pack from Maggie Holmes' Style Board collection, some Recollections enamel dots, and the die cut pack from the Hello Love collection from Crepe Paper. I also pulled a few doilies and some tags and things I had in my die cut bowl. So first up, I'm going to isolate the papers that I absolutely know I want to use, and my favorite paper is that botanical paper from the We Are Memory Keepers Wildflower collection. So once I have all of the papers selected, I'm going to go ahead and get them trimmed down. So what I'm going to do here is let you guys into a little bit of how I prepare these layouts. I'm going to go ahead and draw a crude sketch, just kind of an idea of how I want things to look before I cut into any paper. I usually work out my journaling and the title at that point too. I like to go in with the plan so that it's just not a bunch of video of me tapping my fingers. So you might have seen that I had the specialty paper from Crepe Paper's Wonder collection, the gold and cream striped glitter paper. I had originally pulled that because I wanted to include gold in this layout, but it wasn't working for me. It was a little too bold, so I decided to go with this Dear Lizzie documentary vellum paper that has gold hearts on it, and it has this beautiful like aqua wash to it, so it was a perfect match for this page. Now this photo I actually mined from Facebook. I think, most of the photos I'm going to get from a local family. So occasionally my family will post older pictures on Facebook, and so I went to the profiles of a few of those people who I knew did that, and I went ahead and got this and a few others that I'll use later. So I know that I want to have a center-oriented page here. So what I'm going to do is put the photo in the top third of the page in the middle, and then I took this like watercolor wash paper from the Wildflower collection, and that is going to be the base for the photo and the title and the journaling and things like that, just so I have a pretty clear spot to write on. Now for some reason the height of this paper, of the botanical paper, is taller than that of the pieces I layered in the middle. So I'm going to go ahead and trim that down. And unfortunately I think it's going to be just shy of 9 by 12, so you'll be able to see the layout, the reverse of the layout behind it, but it's really not a big deal. Next I'm going to go ahead and get out my embellishments and then start to figure out where I want to use the larger pieces such as the tags and the doilies and things like that. There is a banner that I know I want to use in the Hello Love die cut pack. It's cream and black polka dots, and I thought it would work well with that botanical background paper. So next I'm going to go ahead and get the doilies layered underneath the photo. This mint colored one I got in a pack from Hobby Lobby, and then the white one I just found in the baking aisle at Michael's a long time ago. I've been able to stretch them. Next I'm going to go ahead and take these beautiful gold leaves. They're like sequin material, I guess, but they're in the shape of a leaf. And I'm going to layer those on top of the doily in the bottom right and top left of the layout. And then next I'm going to take this little journaling spot. It's from, I think, Maggie Holmes' original collection from that ephemera pack, and I'm going to go ahead and put that in the top left corner. I'm not going to put any journaling on there, but I will be able to record the date once I remember my great aunt Karen's wedding was. Next I want to go ahead and get the title figured out. I'm not going to adhere it just yet, but I'm going to use some wax paper to get it down and potentially move it around. In this case I knew where I wanted the title, but I wasn't sure which font I wanted to use. So I do end up going with the gray, but I thought that these cream thickers from the Maggie Holmes Confetti collection would be a good match too. In the end, I decided to go with the gray. Then I decided that I'm going to swap out the mint doily for a white one, because the green of that card and then the mint of the doily were just not harmonizing very well for me. So next I'm going to go ahead and get everything in here down, including these sequin leaves. and I went ahead and used some Scotch quick dry adhesive to get those down. It was as messy as I get when scrapbooking, and it's not my favorite, but it sure does hold those guys in there. Next, I'm going to go ahead and get my title down, and then I'm going to use these alpha stickers from Basic Gray for the prefix of my title. The title is Sister of the Bride, since I want to focus on my grandmother in this layout. And I'm going to go ahead and use the charcoal color alphabets from the Capture Collection sticker sheet. They're a pain to get down, so I don't make you guys watch me do that. But I really like them. I really like the effect that they bring. It's a nice small alphabet. Next, I'm going to go ahead and get started on my journaling, and it's just a who's who in the picture. You know, left to right is Janet, her sister, her father, her sister, her brother-in-law, her mother, and her sisters. I do name them, but that's essentially who's in the photo. The last thing I'm going to do is use these enamel dots from Michaels. They're the Recollections brand, and there's a really great mint one. I decided to use my tweezers to get them down, and I don't know if you guys can see it, but it just shot out of the tweezers and flew across the room. It happened a couple times, so I'm going to go ahead and end the video here. Here's a look at my final layout. I'm so pleased with how it came out, and I feel like the wildflower papers just worked with this photo so well. And here are a couple of close-ups. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next week.